Welcome back to If Just for Today. I'm Craig G. I'm your host. Today's If Just for Today is let me pray to God for His will, His guidance, and the ability to understand His will and His guidance. For me, as you've heard me say many times, um, for me, it is God. I do believe that there's a God. I can't explain anything else any other way. Praying for His will and His guidance uh, sounds easier than what it is. What do I mean by that? Because I have my own perceptions. And what I believe is God giving me a message is actually my own wants and desires. So for me, it's an intensity process. And many of you know I'm a swimmer and I swim an hour most days. And that hour is my prayer time. And I have found when I humbly, continuously focus on something and keep my mind open to all, attached to nothing but to God, I will be able to find and hear that message. It may not be on my time or when I want. Matter of fact, I can almost guarantee you it won't be. God is not a spiritual butler, nor does he want to be treated that way. I will tell you, for most of my life, I was not that respectful of God. Today, I have a very different appreciation. And does it mean my journey goes smoothly? Not at all. Life is going to be um, on life's terms and with the troubles and tribulations. And I cannot explain why some people have more troubles and more tribulations. That's beyond my pay grade. But I'm grateful the closer I develop my relationship to God, the closer I become able to understand Him and see the little signs that happen in my life. Um, I'll just share an interesting experience because this just happened this past week. I've been very sick and had to take a week off of swimming, which is very unusual for me. And starting back up, I can't just go back to doing my hour. I have to work into it. And I notice where I swim, normally that water is very clear. And because of a lot of questionings I'm having in life right now, I went to go swimming. I noticed the water was somewhat cloudy, and which is, that's pools are pools. And I'm praying for guidance on this particular question. It's a spiritual question. And you know, uh, then yesterday I went back there and I noticed as I'm swimming, the water's even more cloudier than the day before. And driving home, I realized um, my own cloudiness because I'm looking for these answers to questions that nobody else can give me. They can't give me these answers. These answers are only going to be between me and God. And just the awareness to understand for me the relationship of where my head was at this time and being in the water that was showing me that same cloudiness. Doesn't mean that it won't get cleared up. I believe it will get cleared up in due time, but not on Craig's time. And for me, it's so important to continue that journey of wanting to pray to God, looking for His guidance, His direction. I don't want to do this alone anymore. I did it alone for most of my life, and was I materially successful? Without question. I was not. Let's put it this way: I was definitely comfortable. Uh, Today, my bank account is about building a spiritual bank account, and that was when I started this 8 years ago. My spiritual bank account was in the red. I do feel that today my spiritual bank account has grown immensely, and I will keep focusing on that side of my journal. And all of us have these choices. God doesn't care what our choices are. He's absorbing the experience. The choices are going to be our own choices. And if we want to make right choices, so be it. We want to make bad choices, so be it. You know, uh, Imagine the kid that is pouting and is banging his head against the wall. Well, of course, his mom or dad or whoever could pull him away from the wall. But why? Let him bang his head until he realizes, this isn't getting me anywhere. That goes to a whole nother level that we need to seriously suffer the consequences of our own decisions. And that is something I'm so disappointed in our society today, because we're moving the exact opposite way, as far as I'm concerned. We're moving in a way that, oh, you can make any decision you want and you're not going to pay any consequences, from our leaders to the average person. This is, to me, just wrong. But again, that's my perspective. I do believe we'll all pay for our choices we make. But that goes back to me humbly praying to God and wanting to understand His will, His way, His guidance. But leave no question that I have to be open to want to receive that. I don't believe God cares if you choose to or not to. It's your choice. He gave you that freedom. Now, I would believe that, yes, He would like us to make the right decisions, but we have not ascended to that level of consciousness, as a good friend of mine, Gary, and I were talking about today. So our society, where we're at in this universe, um, we are a very primitive being. Yes, you could say we have all this technology and everything, but really we're extremely primitive. The fact that we have put the world into the place it is right now, and I'm talking about how we act to one another and that whole process. Again, this was just my way of wanting to share about my experience of praying for God's will, His way, His guidance, His direction, and understanding it. But I must be willing, I must make a choice to want to hear His guidance, His direction. Because if I am not willing and I'm not open to it, there's no way I will see it. And I'm so grateful today, and today happens to be Easter Sunday. I'm so grateful today that I have a gratitude to God, a belief in God. And I'm so thankful for all those who have been in my life, all good and all that haven't been good, because they help me see my own character defects, which allows me the choice to work on them to be a better human being and try to carry the message forward, which is the purpose of these videos. If you like these videos, I hope you'll consider sharing them with your friends, family, post them on wherever you would like to. And also, if you would consider subscribing, you'll be notified when there's new videos. You can subscribe on YouTube, and it's the YouTube channel's at the bottom of the screen here. And I would just want to say thank you for being here. And if just for today, may you have a wonderful, blessed day.